Okay, it's Navratra time and it's time to buy property. Is it? How do you negotiate all the deals that are there in the market, and how do you make sure that you get the best deal for yourself? Welcome to This Week in Property, and I've got Prabhakar, Senior Editor, Real Estate, Times of India with me, and I'm Jayashree Kurup. I'm editor of Magicbricks. We're talking about the range of festival discounts in the market and how a consumer can get the best deal. Prabhakar, is this a good time to buy a property?
Oh, certainly, this is a very good time to buy property because this is basically the buyer's market. Now, the developers are settled with a lot of inventory and they have to get rid of those inventory. So they are giving a lot of discounts if you negotiate hard. Now, the property prices in many cases, let me tell you, has come down up to 20%, 25% from their peak levels. But one should negotiate hard at this time. And if you negotiate hard, then you can find a good flat of your choicest flat at a very reasonable price. So I believe that this is the right time to buy.
Traditionally, we used to wait for the festive season because all developers would throw in freebies, they would give you discounts, and there were lots of new schemes coming up in the market. In many cases, there used to be new launches. Are you seeing any new launches in the market now?
No, this is not the market of new launches because there are so much inventory in the market that developers are trying to get rid of that and trying to liquidate this inventory. And so they are giving a lot of discounts and freebies to the buyers. And now here the buyers has to, make sure that what is their requirement, what do they want to buy, where they want to buy. They should just go in that area and they should try to negotiate hard to get the best deal. Now, freebies are there in the market, but what I'll suggest that try to monetize that freebies so that you can have a better price and rather than going for just the freebie, because that freebie might not be able to make you to negotiate hard. So instead of going for the freebie, negotiate hard, tell the developer that must give me the discount up to the extent of the cost of the freebie in the price itself. Now, because freebies, of course, in the form of the gold or in the form of the cash is understandable. It's a hard discount to you directly. But freebies in the form of LED television or some other sort of thing which you might not require, you should not go for that. So you should look for it, that what exactly you want. And my suggestion would be that try to monetize it and get it at just a second the price itself.
Now, many developers are saying during the festive season, they will absorb the GST and give you a tax-free flat. It's just help us understand that concept.
Yeah, now look, the GST is 12%, but in the net, they should not charge you GST of 12%. But when they are saying that I am giving you zero GST, and so the claiming that I am giving you almost a discount of 12%, that is not the correct position. The correct position is the net GST which is chargeable even on the finished product is around 6 to 7%. Now, you try to find out that where the price is. Now, what many developers are doing it, that they have inflated the price, say 5%, 10%, and then they are giving you a lot of freebies in the form of this zero GST and all that. So just don't fall into that trap. Try to find out what is the price 2 months back, 1 month back, and sometimes back, and then you negotiate hard. Don't go for the zero GST. Zero GST doesn't mean much because anyway today no developers are charging that. If you go and buy any fresh or the new flats, the constructed built-up flats, so the GST is nominally they are charging 4.5% to 5%. That they should be charging. So zero GST means a net discount of at the most 5% to 5.5%. So not much. So instead of that, you negotiate hard in the prices itself. Now, if you are able to say negotiate at 10% lower price, I have seen many flats which they were selling at the 5,000 rupees per square feet, and finally they came down to 4,200 rupees a square feet. So this is almost 15% price down. So now on the 4,200 rupees per square feet, even if they charge 6% GST, So that will comes out to be 4,500 rupees per square feet. So still it is much better than 5,000 rupees zero GST negotiation. So what I'll suggest that negotiate hard on the prices itself.
Let's quickly understand, if I'm a first-time buyer and I'm looking for a property, how will I find the actual price 6 months ago, price today? What is the method of finding that out?
Now, you can talk to the other person who have bought in that area or the broker with whom you are going to approach that developers. You can go to the Magicbricks site also. There also they see that various prices they have been quoting. So through that they will come to know that what exactly is the prices. Then the best thing is that you see the prices of the neighboring projects, what is the price they are selling at, and then you find out that what exactly is the prices going on. Now, what the prices today developer is quoting, today, one can negotiate, if one negotiate hard, then one can well negotiate at a much lower price than what developer is quoting at. So, but it is all the negotiation. Yesterday one my friend had negotiated hard, and because he negotiated hard, his father came down and he got the price say of around 200 square feet lower than what he was ready almost to pay.
Right.
So it is all the skill of negotiation, and go for that, because this is the festival season. Developers are, they are hard pressed to clear their inventory so that they will be in cash, they can complete the project. And the second thing, what I'll suggest that go only for the near completion or ready to move in flats. Don't go for the under construction flats, which is half constructed one, because there is no guarantee today that that project will be completed, say, in the due course of the time. And interestingly, in most of these cases, what will you find that even if suppose 70% or 80% it is complete, in RERA, they have given the date of 2019, 2021 of the total completion. So that means you will get any recourse, even in the RERA, only after that date. So better not to go for those kind of apartments. Go for the fully constructed or the nearing completion, where the position is likely to be given, say, in December or the March, but not beyond that.
So there are a few points that you should keep in mind, and Prabhakar's made some very important points. Don't go for projects that are going to be completed way in the future, because your money is going to be held up for that much time, and the risk of delay will be yours. The second thing is that go for completed projects or something that's very close to completion. Property is not an impulse decision. You have to go to websites, you have to go to brokers, people who are staying in the locality, and find out what is the price that is being quoted at that point of time, what was the price some time ago, and then figure out what is the price that you should be negotiating today. Also figure out what is the locality prices, what are projects in the vicinity being quoted at, and then you figure out what is the price that the developer is offering you. If the price is indeed the lowest that you can get at this point of time, and the developer is sweetening the deal with maybe a free car parking, a small GST tax break, if all that is happening, then it is good. But don't get taken in by somebody who raises prices first and then gives you a discount, which means that the freebies don't matter much if the price has anyway been raised. But today, and remember, we're talking about the NCR market. Prabhakar is leading the NCR market and doing extensive research. There may be some markets where the prices are more robust, where you may have, this may not be fully applicable. But in the NCR, which is oversupplied, this is definitely happening. Prabhakar, there was a developer who has offered 1 lakh cash back when you book a flat. Again, the same principle. Check out the price.
No, cashback means that you ask him that boss reduce the price. No, now that is better rather than taking the 1 lakh rupees cash in check or any format. Anyway, that is still your money. You can pay with that money also. But suppose a flat is say 60 lakh of rupees. Now negotiate hard, not with the bank only. Now many banks are talking to the many of these developers talking to the banks also, and they are offering a bundle kind of a thing, where they are saying that, okay, for this project, these banks will cut the interest rate, or they will not charge certain other kind of a charges, and that will help you in paying lesser EMI for the same flat. So see the entire bundle, what you are getting, and then try to negotiate it. But this is the market of the negotiation skill. If you have a good skill, you will get a very good price. But if you don't have today, now the best part of this market is that today the price is lower than the replacement cost, because the price at which a flat is going to be constructed is higher than this. So this is the best time to buy. And so my suggestion is that buy right now, but at a negotiated level.
So this is a good festive season for you to buy. And do you think that this festive season we're going to see a big pickup in sales?
Yeah, certainly. It's picking up. In fact, in all the markets, though the prices are down, but if you talk to the developers, if you talk to the other stakeholders, they will say that those deals are happening in a very fast manner. But only thing is that the buyers are not ready to price which developers used to charge earlier. So buyers are negotiating hard, but because it's always though they want to keep it secret that okay, what the price they have sold to somebody, but then it comes out and finally the prices are out. Say 4,000. The prices where it was 5,500, today quoting 4,500, 4,600 rupees per square feet. So what I mean to say is that you negotiate hard and lot of good deals are there for the completed.
So deals are one way of sweetening it. There is another scheme that M3M and Magicbricks have come out with, which is a brand new scheme in the market, something that has not been seen in the market before. Prabhakar, I want your view on this. It is you bid for property. M3M has brought fresh stock into the market, completed stock, ready to move in. And these projects, a base price is fixed and the consumer can bid for the property. Tell us what you think about this scheme.
Yeah, this is a very good scheme because the base price is right now a very competitive price in that area. And if now one should participate in it, certainly, and I'm sure that in bid also, the prices are not going to go up very substantially and the buyers will get really very good deal in that. So the buyers should negotiate, particularly the Gurgaon side, those who wants to buy in that side. I believe this is a very good opportunity and M3M is a very good builder. And particularly when they are going to do deals through this Magicbricks, buyers are going to get a very good deal.
So basically what happens is that the developer has fixed a base price. The consumer books his place in the bid. The consumer gets to, you have to pay for that bid and it is a refundable charge.
For that they'll have to go to the Magicbricks site, there they'll have to log in.
Yes.
And then after they'll have to start participating in the bid, they'll have to choose a flat.
Yes.
And then they'll have to put the price, that will be this much the price.
Per unit. You can bid for a unit and you charge the price.
Yeah.
Anything in multiples of 25 above the base price is what you can bid.
Yeah, per square feet.
Per square foot.
Yeah.
And at that point, whatever the price is that is what you will be looking at.
Yeah.
After that, during the bidding process, it's on 7th of October, between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. There is a bidding process, and you are constantly being informed that this is the bid that has come for your unit.
Yeah.
It's up to you to keep hiking your price or deciding that that's not the unit you want. Yeah. And at the end of the day, Deloitte is a process partner. Yeah. Deloitte will check out the veracity of the whole scheme, and then the consumer gets to pay for the project. Very unique scheme, and
this is the first time when a developer, through platform like Magicbricks is trying to sell their project through bidding process electronically on the electronic platform, and this is the future. This is how the flats are going to be sold in India also, because particularly the flats of more than 50 lakh, 60 lakh of rupees are normally now bought by the people who are well versed with the technology and all. So certainly they are going to bid. And particularly now when the Magicbricks and the Deloitte, they are participating in this whole process. So then the buyer should be reassured that, or assured of the fact that what is being said on the documents will be offered on the ground also. So this is a very big comfort level because of the Magicbricks and because of the Deloitte.
Sure.
So that will help the deal to close also.
We've got a consumer called Lata Singh who says she's got a flat in Greater Noida which she wants to sell. Is it a good idea to sell in the festive season for getting a good value on your property, considering there is interest? Do you think buyers, individual sellers will be able to get a good value on their property?
I don't know about that, whether they will get a good value, but certainly they will get the buyers and they can sell their property today, because this is the market where it is very difficult to sell your property. So if one wants to sell his property, I believe that he must come and put it on sale at this point of a time, because buyers are roaming around, buyers are coming in the market to look for the flat to buy one. So normally in India also, like there are seasons when the buyers are in the market, particularly because they want to do a deal today so that the deal can be closed by March, and during the March shifting will happen, and the buyer pre-May, the school and all that readmission or admission can happen, so they can shift. So this is the time when you can sell, because people are coming to buy. So he must come to sell, and so that he can get the price whatever it is the market quoting today. But certainly it is not a very good time to sell a flat.
I think a lot of consumers who are planning to upgrade their lifestyle, because there are lots of deals in the market, they would like to sell what they live in and move into a...
Exactly. So they are not losing anything, because they are selling and the buying also.
That's right.
So they are selling at the comparatively cheaper price. So then they are buying it also at a comparatively cheaper price.
Absolutely. There is Monica Verma who asks, should I look at what kind of offers banks are giving? Are banks giving good offers?
Yeah. Banks are also right now offering very good offers. Now 8.35% is the standard interest rate today for the home loan of 20 years. Many banks are offering for 25 years scheme also. Mm-hmm. And now many banks are saying that they will not charge the approval fees and all those kind of things. So those things also one can save. And basically this is variable rates. So rate is connected or linked to the MCLR rates. Now MCLR, but the first 1 year the rate will remain the same, but after 1 year whatever with the MCLR rate, it will be connected with that. So it might be the 1 percentage point more or 50 percentage point more than the MCLR. Now MCLR movement is not in the bank's hand, because it is based on the cost of the fund, and cost of the fund is decided in the market. So whatever their cost of the fund, they will have to change every 3 months. So what I suggest that they should not look for that what the cost banks are giving right now, because that remains variable, and now hopefully it is truly variable rates, and the banks cannot keep it one level for the old customer or keep changing for the new customer. That system has gone now with the MCLR. But only issue is this, that will they pass on the lowering of the rate to the buyer? This is a matter of concern. RBI has also expressed it time to time. But still, this is the best kind of a system that we have right now. And the
rates are the lowest, I think, in the last 5 years?
More than 5 years.
More than 5 years. And remember, if you go for a bank lowering, and the point Prabhakar is making is important to understand, when you negotiate with a developer, you're negotiating on the cost of the property, and that is the cost that your loan will be on. Yeah. But when you negotiate with a bank, that negotiated value will remain for only 1 year. Yeah. After which, in the remaining 24 years that you pay, or the remaining 19 years that you pay, you will be paying at whatever the market rates are, and not at your negotiated rate. You're negotiating with the bank for only a year, you're negotiating with the developer for the total cost of the unit. There is a consumer who's asked a very interesting question. 10 tips to master the art of bargaining for a flat.
Don't show that you are very desperate to buy right now. That everybody knows that how to bargain. Particularly we Indians know to bargain. We bargain for everything. And secondly, that you should know the market very well. Do your homework first before going there. And try to find out the real prices in that area. And then try to do the deal accordingly. And don't try to or don't ask such a low price that the builder will not sell you at all, and so you'll have. I mean, finally the deal will not happen, so you will not be buying anything. So what will I suggest that? I mean, 10 tips. I mean, it's very difficult to give that. What is the 10 tips? But only thing is this, that you negotiate hard and ultimately try to find a price which you think is the best on that day in the market. But my suggestion also, particularly when you are going to buy a house, that don't leave a house for 30 rupees or 50 rupees per square feet, or that okay, now it is too high, you are asking, so I will not do the deal. Because it's a lifetime kind of a deal. And if you like the flat, if you like that area, then what I'll suggest that go for the deal.
Right.
Because you are not an investor right now, you are an end user. So you should buy it. But that doesn't matter that you throw away the money also.
Right.
You negotiate hard, but your intention should be that
to buy.
To buy, and you are going to close the deal.
Yes.
That is very important.
And actually, for those those buyers who intend to close the deal, the developers also sweeten the deal
much more. Because today they are very needy. They are more needy than you today. They want to sell. Let me tell you, they want to sell, and they are going to do the deal, and they are not making money. This also I can tell you. Today they are not making money, but they need money. So they are not saying that whether they are making a loss of say 100 rupees square feet or 200 rupees square feet, because they want money to close the construction, to finish the construction, to do some whatever other liabilities they have. So when a developer is selling at this point, you understand that they will be asking most of the time reasonable price, but obviously they are veterans.
Yeah.
So
So it's not that you can fool a developer, but a developer's need to sell is very intense right now.
Yeah.
And if you like the house that you're, first do your research.
Yeah.
And we've created an entire advice section, magicbricks.com/advice, where you can get a lot of tools with which you can figure out what the prices are, the locality prices are, how it has moved over a period of time, which are the hot investment destinations. All this is important for you, and do your research. In addition, there are lots of publications which are putting out information. People like Prabhakar are constantly scoring the market to figure out what is happening in the market, what are the trends.
Exactly. Now, again, when you are going to buy a house, then you should also, look for that what kind of infrastructure is going to come in this area, not today, tomorrow, 5 years, 10 years down the line. What is the position of your house? How much more developments are coming in that area? That also you should keep in your mind, then you go there. But today, the key is, first you identify your house, and then you negotiate hard and you buy it.
Right. And there are, and all the others, the infrastructure, the amenities, the future facilities are all going to be the icing on the cake.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We've got some queries that are coming in. We've got Bodhu Subramaniam saying, Bodhu, you've asked for Vasant Nagar independent house, how much cost? What I would like to tell you is that come to Magicbricks, search for Vasant Nagar on Magicbricks, put the size and all the specifications of your project and a property, and you will see a list of properties that drop down. There you can assess what is the value of the property, of a similar property. Then you'll be able to figure out how much your property costs. There is a query saying that is RERA and GST a dampener this festive season?
No.
I don't think so. I think
In fact, this will provide you much more confidence now to go and buy it. Now, GST, of course, if you negotiate hard, GST is not going to be levied, particularly at this point of time, for all the old projects, which is under construction or almost finished. So there you can negotiate that, okay, whatever they are charging, 4%, 5%, in many cases, they will just, do it away. Now, only thing is this, that prices you have to find out in that area through, of course, the Magicbricks site, but off-the-shelf price is not the price today. The price is the negotiated price.
So that is a benchmark around which you can
negotiate, and you try to find out that what exactly the price is, the developer, or you go to the secondary market also. Now, where the second sales are happening, many investors who had bought, say, in 2011, 12, now they want to exit. So you can get a very good deal from them also. And don't think of it that, okay, when you will buy it, they will cheat you and things like that. Because ultimately it is the developer who will transferring the property in your name. So then again, the transfer charges and all those things will
factor those in and then assess the price.
Assess the price, and you can do a very good deal with in the secondary market also. So assess that also.
What is the average percentage of negotiation happening in the market? Is it only freebies or is it cash discounts too?
The prices itself is getting discussed or negotiated. Now the discount means that at what prices he is going to sell you from the prices he had quoted you. So that is the discount you can avail. Now freebies they are ready to give always. Now what I'll suggest you, again I'm telling you that you monetize that freebies, that is better, that will help you in reducing the price further. Because ultimately, if you don't require a 30-inch LED television, why should you go for that? That okay, I want a 30-inch LED television, and that's worth only how much? 30,000 rupees. So don't go for that. And the one gold coin of 30,000 rupees, or two gold coins for 60,000 rupees. And if you do a good deal, good negotiation and get a discount of 1 lakh of rupees, that is much better than all of this.
However, there are certain things that matter, Prabhakar. I saw some developers giving extremely good quality Italian-made wardrobes, cupboards, and so on. That matters. If it is good quality kitchens that can be thrown in, that matters because those lower the cost of moving in, lower the hassle of getting it all done by yourself.
Hassle, I'll agree that. Okay, because getting it made is, requires a lot of effort and lot of, have to hire people and getting it all done. But the cost-wise, that might be cheaper. But who will take that much problem to go and talk and negotiate on every front? So to that extent, if you have money, then you say that, okay, you furnish my flat and negotiate for that separately. That, okay, the bare flat is this much. And then all this doing will cost you 2 lakh of rupees or 3 lakh of rupees. So negotiate on that separately. The moment you will bundle it, the developer will like to charge you much higher because then they will show you a very good furnished flats and then they'll say that this will cost you this much and this is the bare flat which is not looking good. And so they'll say that for this is this much, for this is this. So then you find out the price, that how much prices will be required to furnish a flat and negotiate on that front. That whether it is 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs and then add to that bare flat cost and pay them.
So negotiate on your bare flat cost, negotiate on the prices that you're, on the freebies that you're getting, bundle it together and see whether you get a good deal.
Exactly.
Right? Let's talk about car parking.
Because recently I went with my friend to buy a flat and because the developer was my friend, so he said that don't go for the furnished flat, go for the bare flat and you can get a much better deal.
Yes. Get a good deal on the bare flat and then see what furnishing deal you
and
can
then
get.
you said you can choose your things also in the furnishing, that what exactly you want, what sort of chimney you would like to have and all that sort of thing, and then that we will put like that and we'll charge you for it separately.
Right. Let's talk about car parking. Car parking is a cost that the consumer has been paying.
And one must take car parking today.
Yeah, one has to take a car parking. If that comes, if the developer offers that as a freebie, does that matter?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So if you can negotiate for a good car parking slot, when you're negotiating with the developer.
Yeah, exactly. Now, car parking, earlier people were charging in, say, Noida, 5 lakh of rupees. Today in Noida, car parking is 3 lakh of rupees. So, when you are going to negotiate, see to it that they will say, they will adjust 5 lakh rupees per car parking, to car parking 10 lakh of rupees. But that is not the case today.
So, find out what the rates are in the market and then you'll be able to negotiate better. There is a developer who's offering free maintenance for 1 year. Is that good?
Yeah, but how much does it cost? At the most 1,10,000 rupees per month, so still 1,20,000 rupees.
So compute what that means. When a developer offers you a freebie, what Prabhakar is telling you is compute what that freebie means and see whether that is the best deal that you can get from the developer.
Yeah, exactly.
Dhiren asks, is it a good time to invest in small units like 1 BHK or so? Should I buy a project where one tower is completed?
No, buy in the completed tower. Don't buy in under construction tower. Now, if that under construction tower is going to be completed, say by March, then still you can buy. Still you can think of buying. But those towers which is still under construction, say half the mark, don't buy at that.
Right. There's Neeti Sharma who asks, I'm getting a flat without gas pipeline connection, but getting good offers. The builder says pipeline will take time to come. Should I buy into this project?
Find out in that area whether the gas pipeline has come or not. Now, if in that area gas pipeline has come, then you can buy, and otherwise you'll have to depend on the cylinder, and that is, quite a hassle to go and buy a cylinder every time.
Right.
But it all depends on how much discount is giving, but ultimately gas pipeline is going to come in every part of the NCR particularly. So you will have to bear. In that case, if you will not buy with the gas pipeline, at least whatever the time that pipeline is not coming, that you will have to negotiate for.
Right. So figure out what the status is in the market today.
Yeah.
If the gas pipelines have actually come, then go for it. If it hasn't come,
think of it.
Then think
what
about
do you
it.
want exactly?
Right.
Then you'll have to weigh the cost and benefit, that how much price they have reduced and how much price you will get. You'll have to pay if you buy in an area where the gas pipeline is there.
Right.
It's
again a cost-benefit analysis, right? Mona Sharma says, should we choose builders who are ready to negotiate prices or those who give good quality houses but do not offer any discount? Now here she raised an important issue. When you start negotiating, how do you also assess that what you've got is a quality house? Because there are many qualities in the market today, Prabhakar.
Now, there are some developer, I know that, who say that we don't negotiate. No? But I have not come across many of like that. I'll not say that not a single one. But what will I suggest you that in that kind of a situation that you see the price. What is the price he's offering? Suppose one is not ready to negotiate but giving you a very good price. Then why don't you buy there directly?
Right.
There is no issue. Ultimately, what is the negotiation for? To get a good price. So if one is giving you a good price without negotiation, but if one is saying that no, I don't negotiate because I am very high quality, then measure it, that whether it is really high quality and it's worth buying at that price in that apartment. So it's all that. Negotiation is always to arrive at a good price. It's not that negotiation is required for the negotiation's sake.
Right. Check out the prices in the market, check out what the prices of that property has been. If there is, all properties across the country today are quoting at lower values than the original sold prices. Yeah. So if you're getting a good deal, if the quality is good, that is something that you should go for. Even if the developer says, I've already reduced it, I won't negotiate further.
Yeah, so don't go by that. And now, again, I'll say you that there are some very good developers who really maintain it also afterwards. So it has also a price. And because of that particular project might command or might go in at a premium than the market price. So now it is of your choice. Now, you may find that there is some new developer which has some very small unit, but it's a very good developed, very well developed, and you think that ultimately it can be managed well also, you go for that.
Right. I think we'll get to this.
So it's a very good market. Ultimately, let me tell you that after a very, very long time, in fact, I never have seen this kind of a market. For last, I'm tracking the market for last 20 years almost. And last 20 years, around 2003, 2004, 2002, 2003, market was like this, that developers are ready to sell at any price. And today also, again, that is the same situation has come.
And the home loan interest rates are also more or less same rates.
Same rate. So this is, and then after the prices jumped like anything, prices went up in Delhi particularly 10 times in 3 years' time. So I don't say that it is going to be 10 times, but certainly prices are going to go up because there are no new launches, and the requirement of apartments will continue to be there.
Right. We've got a query, and this is interesting. There are many developers who are offering good deals on the there is a developer who's offering a good deal on the 19th floor, the top floor. But these offers are not for any other floor. Why do you think that would be?
Now, in Delhi particularly, what happens that in NCR region, because of the power problem or heat particularly, because top floor gets heated, so they are not able to sell it. So they normally offer very good deal. So I mean, one can go for that also, provided you'll have to spend some money in roofing the flat very well, insulating it, so that it don't get heated, but you will have a roof also, and you'll have to maintain it well. But it's your choice. Now, I will not say that you should not go or you should not. You should go for it, but it all depends, because many people don't like height and they feel that they would like to live close to the ground. So for them it's not good. But for those who wants to go up, particularly like Bombay, the Bombay people say that the premium is being charged on as the height goes up. But in Delhi it's not like that.
And Delhi is a hotter climate.
Hotter climate, yeah. So the people prepare. Still in our mind that your power situation is not dependable. Now, but though I don't think that now this is the situation in Noida and Gurgaon, that at least the private genset is there and all that. So they maintain the power condition permanently.
Okay.
So it all depends on his choice or the buyer's choice that he wants to.
Where does the broker fit into this equation?
Now, some brokers are going to give you a very good deal, and particularly some brokers are what has happened that today, as the developers are in need to sell, so they have already negotiated with the brokers that okay, we can give a discount up to say 10%, 12%, 15%. So, if you know the broker well, and if you can negotiate with the brokers very hard, then brokers will give you upfront discount, which developer might not be able to give you directly. Number two, brokers also have a deal with in the secondary market. So they have a flat from the secondary market also. Now the secondary market seller normally today is selling at a discounted price to the developer's price. Whatever the developer is offering in the secondary market, the investors are selling at lower than that price. So broker can help you buy a very good deal, provided, he is a good broker and you know him properly, and then if you negotiate, and it's up to you, because you don't go to one broker only, you go to 2-3 brokers, and then you find out that what exactly is the deal. So the brokers will help you in getting a very, very good price. And now then what happens that the people will say that I wouldn't like to buy through the brokers, I would like to buy through the developers directly. So then with that price, you go to the developer and say that this broker is offering me this price, will you be giving me this price or not? And many a times developer today match. 3 years back, it was not the situation. Right. But today developers also match the price. They say that okay, you buy it from me there.
So if a broker is giving you a good price and the developer matches, whom should you go with?
Developer.
Go to the developer. Okay. Prabhakar, is Manish Sharma who says, is there any provision under RERA for discounts and offers in case a builder does not keep his promises later? Can I file a complaint under RERA if for whatever promises have been made?
Whatever promises is made on the sales deed, if developer is not keeping that, buyer can go to RERA.
So long as it is documented.
But if he's saying it at okay, I'll give you 10 gold coins and he's giving only 5 gold coins later, so then RERA will not come in that. RERA will say that had it not been if it is documented, certainly RERA will intervene. But then RERA will, even if it is documented that 5 gold coin or 10 gold coin, I don't know whether RERA will force him or not. But if he says that okay, I'll give you these things in the flat and he's not giving you, you can complain to that.
Right. So please make sure that whatever you get is documented. Yeah. Preferably take whatever he's giving and take it today.
Yeah,
don't leave it for the future.
Yeah. If it is say movable things, what they are promised, like the television, like all this stuff, and you are going for that, then take it before closing the deal, and don't wait for it that okay, after the deal they will give me. In many cases, I know the developer had promised that they will give all those amenities, all those things like bathroom fittings, this, that, and One day, time came when the buyer said, "Boss, give me the flat. I don't want to finish."
And a lot of, but if it is not, if it was documented, you can still fight for it in even whichever consumer court or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it is not documented and it is word of mouth, nothing can be enforced.
Nothing.
There is one query by Karan Mathur who says, do builders offer discounts only on inventory that they are not able to sell, or does it apply to all properties?
No, it is apply. No, it's not true now. Now today, developers want to monetize their inventories. So even if it is a good flat, they have no choice but to sell it. So now it's up to you. Now, what do you mean by the good or bad flats? Now, suppose a particular flat which other people might not be like to buy, but if you think that okay, it is a very good flat, because I have seen that some people wants to buy a flat which is looking towards the garden or inside the area. Some people wants to buy a flat which is outside facing because they say I want peace. So I don't want to be in that kind of thing. So it's up to you that. But now in one apartment I found that the flat which is facing the garden side is at premium. They are charging some special charge on that. Yeah, PLC charge. But those which is facing outside, they are not charging anything. But one my friend said that no, I want to buy from the outside side because I don't want to be in that crowd here.
Right.
So he preferred that. So
go for it. Today the developers not offering discounts only on a few select apartments. Today the markets have been flat for a long time. Inventory is piling up. The prices are unlikely to go up immediately in the future.
Yeah.
So today the developers are negotiating, and this festive season, it's a good time to buy because anyway there were discounts offered in the market. Negotiate your discounts on the price, on the base price, then negotiate whatever freebies that you can get along with that. And today developers are more than willing to put their best foot forward for serious buyers.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
And
best foot.
One consumer who says, should I buy at the beginning of a festive season or towards the end of a festive season? It is normally a month long. Navratras have started, Diwali is another.
You're buying a house first. Don't think that when you're buying. It's your choice. No. Now, if you're finding today the good flat, flat of your choice, buy it. No.
Right.
And I believe that as the time will pass, so the number of availability of good flat will reduce. So better, I believe, that to go and buy right now so that you will have more choices.
Since there are large numbers of serious buyers in the market, the point is that the best units may get picked up first. Yeah. So if you want the best units, go ahead, pick up the best units. Right? Thank you so much for coming, Prabhakar, and I hope you found this discussion useful.